is Futureproof, created by the ECollective, a group of 12 to 20-year-olds from Ferroga. Your hosts this week, Lorna is joined by co-hosts Finn and Finlay.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us on episode 4, season 2 of Futureproof Living. My name's Lorna McKernan, I'm from lovely Leitrim, and I'm so excited about our special guests, John and Edward Grimes, or Jedward as most of you know. Although widely known for their impressive hairstyles and really catchy songs, in recent years Jedward have opted for a more slow-paced, eco-friendly lifestyle in the US. So welcome lads, thank you so much for joining us. How are you keeping?
Okay, we're always in Dublin. We were there for the whole pandemic. We're just here to record songs and do our thing, aren't we, John?
Yes, we've always been in touch with nature and in touch with our surroundings. I know we always care anyway in the first place, but no, it is good to be a part of this and be a part of the conversation and always be with the people.
I know a lot of people think we use hairspray, but like we do use very less hairspray now, don't we?
Oh, really? I get through a can in a year.
And we try to get healthier ones that aren't so bad for the...
Like, it's all about the blow dry in the end of the day. Let's stop talking about hair, who cares? But it's great to be here for climate change, and it's great for us all to talk about the issues that we all face if we don't take action now, and because the planet is crying out for help, and the fact that we can all be here to do this is great.
And like, it is empowering everyone. Like, I feel like everyone is new to this because like our parents, like a lot of them didn't have these issues and all the things that we face today, and the fact that we're seeing this on the news, it is very, very upsetting. And I think we can change the destiny for the planet because
the greenhouse effect and the fact that all these gases are getting trapped and the ozone layers, heating up the planet, all the temperatures are rising. Everyone knows about this, but a lot of people don't
Yeah, it's about taking action. I feel like we have the Paris Agreement, we got the big countries, but I feel like a country like Ireland can lead. Other countries can see us, the example that we're all doing as a nation, and like just getting like different energy resources, not burn the fossil fuels. We need more electrical cars. We need like people taking public transport. We get the bus, we take the dart.
I go around Dublin like an absolute ninja. You wouldn't even spot me, but I don't even have a driving license. I haven't taken a bath in like 10 years.
We never take baths.
So, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing at the minute to be more environmentally friendly.
Well, we're not getting so much packaging. A lot of our clothes we get from vintage stores. We get them from charity shops. We rewear our outfits. We're not like trying to buy a new outfit. We rewear stuff from over the years, because I feel like a lot of fast fashion is making a big impact on everyone thinking they need new outfits for their Instagram.
Because back in the day, people used to just wear what they wanted to wear and you'd be rocking that hoodie for the next 20 years. But nowadays, everyone's like, oh, look at me. I got the latest bag. I got the new latest hoodie. I got the new latest, whatever the hot shoes at the moment are. And you just got to be you and do what's true to you, and don't be following a pack mentality of thinking you need everything that everyone else has, or be going and doing everything else that everyone else is doing just as a flex.
Yeah, and like I do like taking a shower, but like to minimize the amount of water I use, sometimes I'll shave and do all those bits and bobs before getting into the shower. Our family and stuff, like we do need to educate all our families, our moms and dads, because I feel like you can be this change in your family, because sometimes they're not used to it.
The past generations are so stuck in their ways, and it's about us saying, hey, are you okay there? We got to do something about this, and you need to like change your ways.
And I feel like the music industry, like CDs, like plastic CDs aren't as mainstream as they used to be. And like our last album was made of paper and we had a tiny bit of plastic, but from here on out, we are going to have just paper packaging. And I feel like, I know records are very popular right now, but when you think about it, that's a massive record of plastic.
So were you always this sustainable, or is this kind of as you gotten older and wiser?
Oh, 100%. Like we were not always in this direction, but I feel like from here on out, we do want to enrich ourselves and educate ourselves, because this is not just a trend. This is the world that we live in. And by 2050, 2030, 40, we can change. I
just feel like recycling is so important in the first place, and we've always been aware, and people have been recycling in paper, and now you can recycle, like, because the thing about it is that a lot of things like going to get your milk in the store, like like fast consumer products like that everyone gets on the regular, that you need to be aware that there's a lot of plastic being consumed, and the fact that now recycling is more prominent than ever in Ireland. Even my friends, they have all the different bins and everything, and that's amazing. But it's not even about, I know we're all from Ireland, but it's about the whole entire world. Other countries are so behind, and they're not embracing the change and the different things that our country is doing. And obviously we can all do better always, because that's why the conversation is still going, because these
and like there's this stigma I feel in some areas that some people are like, oh, we don't want the wind turbines, or we don't want stuff blocking our views. But I think people, that shouldn't be a thing where like,
guess what? We went to this place recently, and it is like a place that I know was in Wicklow. It was some house, but they have it in their whatever agreement that nothing can be built in the view as far as the eye can see. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Are there any differences between Ireland and America in relation to climate action and climate justice, in your opinion, that you can see?
It is crazy. Like, we'd literally see like wildfires, people being evacuated. You've got Miley Cyrus's house was burned down.
But the thing about it is, over here, like, people are into their juices and being healthy as possible as they want to be. I just feel like it should be more glamorized. People, being more healthier and being all about, healthy living and changing their diets. And right now, maybe in the future we'll try, being vegan and try these things. But I just feel we just need to all adjust and get out of our comfort zone.
Like, we aren't vegan right now, but all we have is chicken.
But I know a funny story. One time I heard that the guy who plays Captain America, what's he called?
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans, okay. Is it Chris Evans?
We met him in the airport.
I met him in the airport, okay? And I went up to him and I was like, congratulations on being vegan or whatever it was. I thought he was vegan.
And then he took his earphones out and was like, what?
He was like shocked that I thought he was vegan. I don't know who said it.
This is the only question John had in his mind to ask him.
Yeah, that was it. And
it's so random, but here...
I was like, all right then.
Who's the most eco-friendly celeb that you know?
Honestly, we don't actually know that much people except Ed Sheeran, but I'm pretty sure he'd be a good guy.
But his album is paper. Ed Sheeran's album is made out of paper. You touch it, you're like, wow, I could blow this away. He uses no plastic. He's always keeping it OG.
We don't actually... What are people doing that are eco-friendly?
Jedward, that's why we're here doing this today.
Guys, we're not Miss World here. We don't know everything, so we want to join the community. You guys enrich us.
Because I feel like you don't have to know everything, but at the same time, you just have to be open for the conversation and taking in the information.
Because sometimes it is very daunting. You think, I can't get involved in that. I don't know everything. But anyone listening to this and doesn't know anything, you can start from today. You don't have to always... It's about from going on here on out.
Yeah, because when you go out and socialise in Ireland, everyone's talking about whatever the match is and drinking whatever they're drinking and just having small chat. I feel like sometimes people feel like they can't get involved because they feel like they're out of their depth. But the fact that, people should be more about just listening and educating themselves.
So what would you suggest for people like my age to do to become more environmentally friendly?
I think to start in small steps, obviously as a collective, when everyone makes those different changes, like saving water, not taking on trips.
Don't be posting online, look at me, I'm having a bubble bath, I'm great, I'm going to watch a movie and shrivel up like a prune. That's not the flex. Just little things. I feel I think it's great that the generation now are going back to the 90s style, rocking their big baggy jeans and wearing stuff that looks like it's been washed a million times because it's more comfortable. And what else do you think, Eder? I think the thing that we gotta realize that a lot of major places of fashion like H&M, Zara, the fashion just keeps coming the whole time. It never stops.
The thing is that there's a lot of capitalism. I feel like people want to make money now, but they're not thinking about the life after these people
those
living.
Balenciagas, do you see how much plastic is on them? Come on now.
They're like a big block of plastic, and if they go into a landfill, we're literally talking about so much methane.
Could you imagine? You're like in the marine, you're swimming around, you're just a fish, and you get knocked in the head with those, you're gone.
What I was also thinking about, I know the government and stuff are doing their thing, but I feel like some of these companies like Apple and stuff who are coming to Ireland, they do need to pay more money.
How much iPhones can we take? There's a new iPhone every 5 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think to buy an iPhone, you should be giving in an iPhone, and there is new regulations happening, but I think to be more renewable, a lot of technology is just sitting off to the side.
And I feel, get yourself a good blanket. You don't need your house like a furnace.
What do you actually think is the biggest issue in relation to climate change at the moment in Ireland or abroad?
I think businesses. I think the fact that there's so many businesses and all their main priority is how much money they can make and how much they can strive to get more and more. They need to be content with what they have and how they can bring themselves into the community and what they can do for the area that they're in. The fact that, you have people from outside the country coming into Ireland the whole time, and I know they create jobs and that's great, but the fact that a lot of people, when they do go to their job, it's more like their mentality is like when you go to school, you just have to go and you go and you come and you go and then you socialize, but people need to be more aware outside of their job and what their routine is.
Yeah, but we need affordable transport. I feel it's like people are trying to make money on something that shouldn't be a thing where it's like, oh, let's charge more money for electrical car. It should be more affordable. I feel the government and stuff should make these more affordable to the everyday person. I feel it is hard to live a fresh food diet because like fruit and vegetable is so expensive, and to eat fresh over here is insane.
Like I know that Harry Styles song Watermelon, but watermelon is like right up there over here.
Watermelon goes as expensive as
goes by the slice.
Yeah, it's expensive. And I feel they do take advantage of that because like having fresh food is a rarity. You really have to go out of your way to actually get juices. Like we're talking about a juice like for $9. It's just orange.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Whatever
guys.
else is in there.
But I feel like, but guys, we're all doing great. Like obviously we don't
Actually, think about it. Let's take it right back to my childhood when I was like 14. I was in Tunisia. And I remember going scuba diving and just going down there and be like, wow, this is like Finding Nemo. But the fact that now when people go scuba diving, they're like, where is it all? Where's it gone? There's coral reefs are being affected.
But like we can change it, guys. And if we start now, we can go down by like half. And like the Industrial Revolution, that caused a lot of damage.
Like I want the history teachers in like 100 years to look back and go, wow,
that generation did it.
So let's say you have a direct link to politicians. What would your message be for those, and what do you want to see happen in the next 5 to 10 years?
My direct message to politicians would be for them to open their mind and look beyond all the people that are funding and giving them donations and actually speak for the people.
I want to see the government buildings have solar power all over that building. I don't care about the architecture, the preservation orders. I think like to lead by example, we need to see these government buildings absolutely energy sufficient from the top to the bottom.
Yes.
And I think they need to like stop trying to clout chase and like just say things for now or get a few. I feel like a lot of governments and like people, they say stuff, but then it's only a couple of percentage by what they live by. And I know like loads of new housing developments do have the solar power, but I feel like from here on out, the new developments
and how they build houses and how they're built so they can be more energy sufficient and keeping the heat in, because Ireland is a cold place, and the fact that it's raining more than ever is very alarming. You know, 10 years ago, umbrella Rihanna.
And like I know some people are like, oh, climate change and climate, the planet's heating up, but Ireland's like, oh, we're hotter than before, so I'm cool with it.
No, it's definitely a big problem. Now, lads, I am definitely a big fan of you, and I'll have to admit it. But are you ever going to release an Earth-related or culture or climate change song?
We had a song called Leave a Mark.
It's a very underground Jedward song.
Underground Jedward music is very inspirational.
The lyrics are, we all want to be seen and heard. We all want to leave a mark in this world. And
be your own canvas, paint the vision you see, use whatever colours show you feel. Be known as the people who did all they could. Don't worry, we'll leave the Earth song to Michael Jackson, but yes, we're always trying to uplift people with our lyrics.
So maybe it could be like a refreshing little twist if you write about the climate and, you know, like trees and stuff.
Oh, 100%. We're choose your own adventure. We're always writing about stuff.
I don't know if you're aware, but we have a song called Waterline. It's called I Am Close to the Waterline.
It's about rising sea levels.
Yeah, it's about rising sea levels.
The polar bears are singing it. Come on now.
That's what started me on my climate action journey, was Waterline.
You never even heard of water before that song?
It's about the rising sea levels, and if we don't stop, we'll all be under the waterline.
Yeah, no one wants to be under the waterline. We don't mind getting in for a dip, but no one needs to be swallowed whole.
Last question. What would your message be for young people listening to this podcast who really want to make a difference?
Young people have to be more aware of their carbon footprint.
Yeah, like the amount of damage they leave behind themselves and taking showers, buying clothes.
And I feel like moving forward, for the people who, you know, are pregnant and having kids and starting a family, and be more aware of how you can, you know, set an example for the future generations. And the fact that now is the time to actually take action. So let's all take action together. And the fact that we're having this conversation today is what happens. We're all humans, we're all people, and we are going to make the change because we're the ones who are going to be most affected. You know, the fact that nothing else will matter in this world if the whole planet just comes to like says bye-bye.
I'm sick of these trendy people that think we're all off to the side trying to save the world when they're the losers for not getting involved, and they're the ones that think they need to go to their clubs and be doing their little trendy scenes.
So all the flexers out there, no one cares how long your eyelashes are, and it's going to be fine. Guys, no one cares about how whatever your haircut you get every single week. No one cares. Like, cut your own hair.
John and Edward, thank you so much.
I'm not finished. I've got lots of solid points now to go.
I'm sorry, we're running out of time. Thank you for joining us on the Future Proof podcast.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, boys.